Ladies and gentlemen, we are going to be talking about the upcoming AEW pay-per-view, Revolution. Now, in this video, I'm going to be going over what matches are confirmed at the time of this recording, because they always add like last-minute ones. And I'm going to kind of give my thoughts on the match, a little bit of what I expect, and who I see winning the damn thing. As always, go ahead and like and subscribe. It means the world to me. Go ahead and follow me at all socials at It's Heartfelt. And without further ado, let's talk about Revolution. At the time of the recording, we have about 9 matches announced. Again, I expect probably like 1 or 2 maybe to be added, because AEW likes to have 12 matches for a card. And so like look for me on Collision or upcoming Dynamite to get 1 or 2 thrown there. But again, we have 9 so far to discuss here in this video. All right, starting with the 0 Hour, which is their pre-show. We have a 21-man Blackjack Battle Royale for Ricochet's AEW National title. Now with these kind of Battle Royales, you can see like either a debut of a new signee or maybe a return. However, given that this is the pre-show, I don't know if they would save like a huge signing for like a Dynamite Collision off of this. Maybe a return from injury. Off the top of my head, I don't know who's out that would be able to come back. Oh, maybe a Jericho comes back from tour. We'll see.
Do that again, kid, I
dare you. Now, there's only like really one name that I can see winning the title from Ricochet here, and that's Jungle Jack Perry. However, given this is a battle royale and not like a traditional one-on-one match, given a story they're building, I don't expect it to happen here. I expect Ricochet to retain his title by hook or by crook. Shenanigans. The rest of the man comes out. But yeah, Ricochet is going to somehow beat maybe Jack Perry there final 2, continue that feud, but Ricochet walks out of Revolution still your AEW national champion. Next we have Bandito versus Andrade El Idolo, and this came out, just want to see who's the best Mexican wrestler in the company. At first I thought this can go either way. Both not have been given a back burn recently, but we're coming off high streaks. Bandito was, facing MJF for the title. Andrade was right there in title picture. The last couple weeks, both maybe cooled off. But I do think as of right now, AEW views Andrade as the bigger priority. I'm not saying star, but as far as booking priority. So expect Andrade to win here. Given who Andrade associates with, the Don Callis family, it's going to be a dirty finish to protect Bandito and let Andrade move on to bigger and better things. Speaking of the Don Callis family, they will defend their AEW Trios Championship against Jet Speed and Mystico. Now, Don Callis family won this from Jet Speed Rodeo, but now that Hangman is involved in the men's world title picture, more on that later, Jet Speed replaced it with Mystico. I just don't see how a replacement would win the title back. I expect this to be a good match. I expect all matches to be good. AEW puts on bangers. It doesn't make sense for Don Callis family to just win the titles and then give them right back. So yeah, look for Don Callis family to win here and then hopefully move on to other trios, as this division should, 1, it should go intergender, and 2, it should be revitalized, because the trios match is always a good time. Next, I got Toni Storm versus Marina Shafir, where everyone else is banned from ringside. And this has been like a sneaky good feud. It's been a little bit of battles and like promo things. And Marina, I don't know if people are picking up on this. Like when the Death Friars do their entrance, Marina's been saying shit like during the entrance to the cameras, like real quick things, but it works so well of her character. And she is someone who's been, it's not night and day because she's always been good, but as far as character work, the last 18 months, she's somebody who you should keep an eye on, who's been doing a tremendous job. And I want to pick Marina for a simple fact that I think it is better right now to put the rocket on her, push her up to like a TBS championship against Willow or something like that. But Toni Storm rarely loses on pay-per-view. In my heart of hearts, that doesn't change. I'm picking Toni Storm to win here. But just know I want Marina to pull off the win. Next, we have Swerve Strickland versus Brody King. And this is going to be a continuation of the change Swerve's been going through ever since he damn near killed Kenny Omega. He's been a more vicious, more mean, calling himself the baddest in the company. Brody obviously took exception to that, and Swerve choked out Brody for his trouble. I expect this to be blood. I expect this to be vicious. And right now, I know Burger King's just challenged for the world title. I think right now the better play is for Swerve to win and build up to back into the world title picture. I don't know if he takes on Kenny when Kenny gets back, or he moves on to somebody else. But I think Swerve winning here is the play. So I'm going to pick Swerve Strickland to not only take out Brody King, but I mean like take him out. We might see Brody be put on the shelf. Not really, but in storyline wise, you might see Brody be put on a shelf just to really sell Swerve as the vicious guy he is. Next, we have Jon Moxley and Konosuke Takeshita going for the AEW Continental Championship, in which there is no time limit, because if you know, some of their past battles have been time limit draws, and this has started like from kind of like the Continental Classic, and it is two of the best, you definitely, Jon Moxley is the heart and soul of AEW now. Konosuke is a very well positioned to take that as in the future. And it's just two of the most reliable, most loved people in the business, just honestly punching the shit out of each other. And they will continue to do that. As far as a winner, I would love for Konosuke to take the title here, do something different. However, given his looming, we'll say, disagreements with Okada, I expect that to play in here somehow.
Ho ho ho, bitch.
I expect Okada to cost Takeshita the title, Moxley to retain, and for one, put the Death Riders, Don Callis family feud to bed a bit, but most importantly, start kicking off that Okada Takeshita feud that's been teased and teased and teased. Just kick it off and get Konosuke out of the Don Callis family. I think that kicks off a revolution with a Jon Moxley retain, but expect some shenanigans. We have FTR versus the Young Bucks for the AEW Tag Team Championship. Now, this is one of the most, definitely the most storied tag team rivalry in AEW. Two of the best tag teams of the modern era are colliding once again, and every time they meet up, it's been gold. I expect this to be no different, even with that extra meat on the bones of FTR is taking out the Young Bucks' family recently, just taking a younger brother and just beating the shit out of him. By the way, dude took a nice bump, so kudos to that. He's not a wrestler, I don't think, in any sort of word, but he did a good job. This is going to be dramatic. This is going to be over the top, as any Young Bucks FTR match is. As far as a winner, given the emotional part of it, I'm leaning towards the Young Bucks here potentially winning. But I also think there's more meat on the bones of an FTR title reign going forward. So give me FTR to narrowly, and I mean narrowly, retain their tag team championships. All right, and then we have the first of two main events. In my opinion, the first of two main events. Tekla versus Chris Statlander for the AEW Women's World Title in a 2 out of 3 falls. And if you're not familiar with Tekla, maybe you are a last fan or just getting into it, Tekla has been on a roll recently and is very much having a fun title reign. At first, people didn't know what to make of her. Everyone's coming around. I know when they were in Cedar Park, I was there a month and a half ago, something like that. Everyone was cheering for Tekla to win the title then. She didn't, but she won it later on. And now Chris basically wants her title back. 2 out of 3 falls should let them be brutal. Hopefully they let it be no DQ, but we'll see. But I expect it to be brutal. I really expect it to be bloody. I think this is going to be a sneaky, gory match between two women that have no problem showing color, no problem beating the holy hell out of anybody. But as far as a winner, Tekla is too new, and to flip the title like that would, to me, ruin her reign. So give me Tekla to retain. I know the rest of the Triangle of Madness interferes, but look for Babes Wrath to kind of counteract that. So that's null and void. Either way, Tekla retains and moves on to, who knows, maybe a Tony Storm or somebody else, but Tekla walks out of Revolution. Still, your AEW Women's World Champion. And now we have the second main event. We have MJF, your current men's world champion, versus Hangman Adam Page. Those two will collide in a Texas death match. And should Hangman lose, he can never challenge for the AEW men's world title again. Now, to me personally, for this match, I think they kind of booked themselves into a corner. Because on the one hand, should MJF win, Hangman can never challenge for a title again. He's undoubtedly, right now, no doubt, but overall, all roster, arguably your biggest babyface. And they did it with Cody in 2019, which is cool because I was at that match where MJF turned on him and made sure Cody couldn't challenge for a title again. Just a little tidbit. It was a good match, but it ruined a little bit of Cody's work here, because he was always going to be at the top of the card, sort of winning, but never really having title matches to add to that drama. And Hangman, I don't think, should do the same thing. I think Hangman should always be, if not in the title picture, somewhere around there doing main event stuff, because he's that damn good. On the other side, if Hangman were to beat MJF now, I think it hurts MJF's legacy a bit, because I think it diminishes this title run. He just got it back recently, and there's so many people to fight for this, like a Omega, like a revitalized Swerve. He was doing good work with Bandito and Brody. Do some more of that. Bring some more people up. Hell, run MJF Mox again. Run Claudio. Run Darby. Run I don't know who else, Gabe Kidd. Just so many things that MJF could do to elevate so many people around him by continuing to be the cocky guy that mouths off at a Kevin Knight, and Kevin Knight challenges him and damn near beats him for the title. And to sit there and rip that away now, I think would be a disservice to AEW's future in the long run. There's nothing wrong with Hangman, but Hangman's this current iteration, such a babyface, that's hard to do that with heels on the other side, unless he's going against a Okada or a Don Callis family, but he's been there, done that. So for me, I'm not a fan of the stipulation, but I get it. As far as the match goes, bloody. If you're a squeamish, please, you might want to turn away and just kind of listen to the match. Just don't really watch it, because there's going to be probably buckets of blood. That's just how Texas death matches roll. That's how Hangman rolls. That's how MJF is willing to roll. So expect blood. As far as a winner, I'm going to lean towards Hangman, just because I don't think they can afford to have one of their biggest baby faces never again in the title picture. I'm not confident in that answer. I can see a world where MJF retains and Hangman doesn't challenge for a couple years, and then somehow they fugaze himself back into a Hangman title run. I can see MJF winning, but I think to make it easy, sometimes the simplest stories are the best. Hangman winning here would be simple, overcoming MJF, moving on, or whatever. MJF takes on a returning Will Ospreay or Swerve or something. They do something like that. Maybe Hangman goes back to Swerve. We'll see. But I think for right now, Revolution, the night ends with Hangman Adam Page, your men's world champion. All right, those are my predictions. Just for a quick overview, I have Ricochet retaining his title. I have Andrade beating Bandito. I have the Don Callis family retaining the Trios title. I have Tony Storm beating Marina Shafir. I have Swerve beating Brody King. I have Moxley retaining against Konosuke. I have FTR retaining against the Young Bucks. I have Thekla retaining against Chris Statlander. And I have Hangman Adam Page beating MJF for the world title. All right, guys. Thank you for making it this far. Let me know in the comments. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Do you think there's any return signees coming? All that kind of stuff. But if you made it this far, you know the drill. Like and subscribe. Follow me at all socials at It's Heartfelt. Enjoy AEW Revolution. And I'll catch y'all in the next video. Peace.